Falling over the words. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Falling Over the Words, the only podcast featuring me. Today's episode is going to be a bit of a rambly one. I spent all week going, what could I talk about this week? So, a little peek behind the curtain. I record in the morning of the day that I upload these, because I work full time, 2 days off. I've got 1 day to do my research, and then the next day I can record and then upload and everything and edit and everything. So I spent all week thinking, what can I talk about today? And I've got many ideas and plans, but I want to do those properly, what I want to talk about, which is a lot of extensive research, maybe a little bit of script writing, so I get all of my points and they're bigger points. So in the meantime, doing those, I think of little filler episodes. Like last week, I had a jokey one about pandas. The second week, I spoke about the origin of spilling the tea and the beans. I was like, but what can I talk about this week? And normally, I go through my week and I'll see something on the internet, or I'll experience something in my day-to-day life, and I go, ooh, I can talk about that and try and make something hilarious out of it. As you can see, I'm not good at making it hilarious. But yeah, I spent the whole week going, what can I talk about? What can I talk about? I'm having a very quiet week. There's nothing that I can talk about. Maybe I could talk about the fact that nothing happens sometimes. And I was like, it'll be a very short episode. That'll be about 2 minutes long. And then yesterday happened. So, busy week at work. And yesterday I have a day off. And for those that don't know, I'm a chef by trade, so it's pretty full on. A lot of hours trying to run that kitchen and everything. So normally on a Monday or a Tuesday, which are my days off, I like to relax. But yesterday I was like, it's March now, the sun's coming out, it's lovely. I want to get me, the wife, and the kids out of the house. So we went on a walk, a local walk, local area, countryside and everything. And it was amazing. It was such a nice day. And then I thought back to me 10 years ago. And I was like, I would never do this 10 years ago. What's changed? I mean, it's not me growing up, because maybe a year ago I wouldn't have really have done that. I'd have gone, oh no, it's a day off. I just want to sit down and relax. What has changed? And I think what's changed is a greater appreciation of what I've got. And I may go down some dark corners and corridors in this episode. I suppose to top it off, there's going to be a trigger warning. I'm going to be talking about alcoholism and the dark places it can take you. There may be some references to other things, such as suicidal thoughts, dark things have happened in my life. I don't want anyone to get upset, so if this is not for you, please turn off. But yeah, so yesterday, did this walk, and it was such a great time. And I was thinking, I'd never done this 10, 5, even a year ago, and really enjoyed it. I'd have been thinking about other things. And yeah, so for reference, about 8 months ago now, I gave up booze. Not for any health reasons or anything like that. I did it to save my marriage. I was going down a really dark place with alcohol. It wasn't the type of alcoholism where I was waking up in the morning and shaking and being like, "Oh, I need some whiskey over my cornflakes." No, it was any slightest trivial matter, and I needed booze as a coping mechanism. It could be as simple as, we had a rule in the house that if I was putting together flat pack furniture, I couldn't do it unless I had a beer. So there always needed to be beer in the house for that. God, I was necking bottles of wine just because I could. And it was my coping mechanism. It was my therapy. I've had some bad stuff happen in my life. Everyone has. But I'd use those as an excuse to drink. And it came to a head about 8 months ago, where some pretty nasty stuff happened, and my wife sat me down and she said, look, it's me or the alcohol. And that was a wake-up call. And it was sitting there and going, you know what? I like her and my family more than I like having a beer. And it's given me a new perspective on life. I appreciate stuff more. And she's always been a bit of a hippie at heart. I'm well getting into that now. Like fire pits in the garden. I've taken up woodworking a little bit and doing a bit of whittling. And the kids have joined in as well, and that's nice. I'm an expert at making a mushroom, which I quite like. Sometimes they do end up looking a bit like butt plugs, but that's all the majesty of mushrooms. But yeah, so I'd say this started, but going back to my alcoholism, should I say. As I said, this is a rambly episode, and I'm going to go off on tangents and try and make it jovial, because I don't like talking about bad stuff, but I mean, the point of this is, if anyone can listen to this, who's in a similar place, and I've helped them, even if it's just one person, not like help them give up, but help them come to an understanding. I think I've done something good with all the damage I've caused with drinking. I mean, God, oh God, I was quite a good kid. I didn't have a beer till I was about 17. And even then, yeah, I'd have one and go, ooh, that's enough for me. And then 19 hit, and I got in with a crowd of people. They were really, really nice people, but they had a drinking culture. But the thing that they had was they could stop, and I couldn't. One was never enough. And yeah, I'd say I'm going to have one like we all do, and 10 or 12 later. And you'd be hungover in the morning, you go to work, and then that became, as a chef, I would do a lot of split shifts. So I'd finish my morning shift, and I go, right, I'm going to go to the pub, sit there for 5 hours, and then go back to work. And it got so bad that my manager at the time, and I only found out afterwards, when I sorted myself out a bit, not completely, but I was calmer, she was calling the pub to find out if I was there, so they knew I was safe. Similar time, I was spiralling into depression, which I still suffer with now, anxiety. But yeah, I put it down to, the booze was making me better at my job, so I need to keep doing this. I had a good team around me of managers and head chefs, and twice I got caught doing it. I mean, they already knew that it was going on, but twice I couldn't deny it, and instead of firing me, they helped me, and I'll be forever grateful to them for that. Sorry, just need a sip of lovely tea. And yeah, and it was, but not only my work life, it was affecting relationships. Was with a lovely girl at the time, and alcohol ruined us. I was using all of my money to buy alcohol. She was paying my rent. I almost lost a good friend over alcoholism, because I was drinking and I was living at his mother's place, and I wasn't paying my rent, and almost lost a very good friend over it. And luckily, our relationship's really good. He's a bigger person than I am. I definitely would have gone, you're not worth it. But no, he helped me out a lot. Ruined another relationship by just drinking. It became a running joke that I would drink so much that drink doesn't make me. I turn into some form of monster. I get angry. To where it'd be a running joke of, people go, do you remember what you did last night? And I'd be like, that wasn't me, that was drunk Rob. It's not a different person, it brings out the worst in me. As I think it does to a lot of people. And so I'd be shouty, grumpy all the time, have no patience. Affected a lot of my relationships, both romantic and normal. And then I'd always try and get out of it by going, alright, I'll give up for a little while. And I'd give up for a month, a week, 6 months. And I go, you know what, I think I'm alright now. And I go back to drinking, and maybe for a week I I'd have 1 or 2 a week, and then it instantly just spiraled back into 10 a day. Which ain't great. Then, as I said, I'd use it for excuses. My wife and I, we had an awful event where our little girl was born, and then 11 weeks later she passed away. I use that as an excuse for why I drink. And I go, oh, I'm just really sad. I need a drink. I can't cope with this. I need a drink. No, there's better ways to deal with it. She didn't drink. So yeah, and then I started back at work after that awful event. Quite frankly, I wanted to end my life at that point, but I couldn't, because I couldn't do that. And she keeps me strong. And so yeah, I kept drinking, and then I worked away from home to where I could get home sometimes, but I wouldn't. I'd go, oh, they're making me work late. And I'd stay there and I'd drink till the early hours in the morning. Wake up the next day, go to work, do the same thing. And as I said, about eight months ago, it came to a loggerhead where it was me or her. And honestly, I've never looked back since. It's not a closed door. I mean, it's not a locked door on alcohol. I do enjoy a social drink. I always have. I've enjoyed the social aspect of it. My door is very much closed. It's not locked, but it's closed. I'm nowhere near ready, and I think keeping the door unlocked has helped me to not relapse. I'm being, you know what? At some point, I could go back to it if I feel safe. It could be that I never do it, and that's okay. I mean, to initially start off with, because I was missing it so much. I missed drinking so much. I turned to non-alcoholic beer, which helped with the cravings because it still tastes like beer. But then, about a month and a half ago, I was like, it's just a placebo effect. I need to stop this and just carry on. And I'm not going to lie, it's pretty crap knowing that you're the cause of all the issues in your life. I mean, my kids with my wife, they'd be like, why don't you just leave him? What he's doing isn't good, and God bless her, she was like, I know, but I love him. And that was hard to hear. All this has come out. I've tried therapy after it, and it has helped to a point. But it's weird because I feel like this is more of a therapy than actual therapy itself. Just sitting here on my own, talking into a microphone, onto a podcast I'm going to put out there for people to listen to if they want to. And I suppose it just helps understand me a bit more. I don't really know what to say now. It gets easier. I'm so much better for it. And that was the point of rambling about all of the darkness, is got to the good point that I'm at now, where I've never had a better relationship with my kids. I don't think mine and my wife's relationship has ever been stronger. I mean, what we went through was the sort of thing that makes or breaks a relationship. And thank God she's the sort of woman that is mend it, don't end it. Because she had every right to, numerous times. But for anyone listening who was struggling, my God, does it get better. Like, I used to be the sort of guy that would sit there for 20 hours on a day off with 2 cases of beer, drinking, playing video games, making myself unwell. I'm going out now, I'm meeting people, we're taking the kids to these amazing places. We've got money to do things now because I'm not hiding it to drink it. The things that you miss when you're drinking are replaced so much by all the nice things in your life, be it we love a board game night and we can afford to buy board games because I'm not drinking. We can afford to do other things because I'm not drinking. So, if I can help anyone with this, I know it's hard and I know you're going to struggle with what you're doing. and stopping the drinking and everything. But it's so bloody worth it. And it's hard. And if anyone does listen to this and it's like, oh, I don't know where to start, send me an email, leave a comment. I'm always here. Anyway, this has been a bit of a downer of an episode, but thank you so much for listening to me ramble. It might not have made sense. If it hasn't, I'm sorry. But if you've enjoyed this, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you next week. TTFN.